Welcome to ab workout number 1. Today we're going to be using the Pilates ball for the entire workout, so you're going to need this handy. We have 3 separate circuits today. Each circuit consists of 3 different exercises. I will demonstrate each exercise before the circuit begins. Once we perform each exercise, we'll have 30 seconds of work during each exercise and then 30 seconds of rest after we complete all 3 movements. We'll repeat each circuit 2 times through before we move to the next circuit. Let's go ahead and begin seated on your mat. You're gonna plant your feet about hip width distance apart. We're gonna gently nuzzle the Pilates ball right up against your tailbone here. You wanna kinda get it squished in there so it stays in place. I'm gonna have you start with your hands lightly behind your knees. We're gonna work on scooping out our abs here and finding your lower abdominal transverse breathing again here, just in a different position. Give me a big breath in, and on your exhale, we're gonna start to peel those lower abs up as we gently press back into the ball with the strength of the core, not by arching the back, so pulling those lower belly muscles in. Think about your clockwork here. I want you to hold. Option is to keep your hands here, or you can hover them, okay? So we're gonna hold and breathe here. That's gonna be your first exercise. Exercise number 2 is going to be a pulse down into the ball. So you're gonna pulse the abs back and up an inch, back and up an inch. Exercise number 3 is going to be a side squeeze. So you're gonna hold that contraction down into the ball, and you're gonna give me that side squeeze to your right, center, and to your left and center. 30 seconds through each movement, and then we rest for 30 seconds and perform 2 rounds. So let's begin with our breathing. Make sure that ball is in the right position. As you come down into your ball, you're gonna tuck your pelvis here and pull those lower abs in. Big breath. Think about lateral breathing here through your rib cage. Exhale. On your exhales, look down at your core and contract. Remember that gum ball that we're trying to turn into gum. Really kind of bear down and squeeze that hard gum ball and turn it into soft, mushy gum. Relaxing tension in your neck and shoulders. Adding those pulses. Inhale as you come up an inch. Exhale, drawing down into the ball with your core. Inhale, lifting up an inch. Exhale, drawing down into the ball. Inhale, coming up an inch. Exhale, pressing down. Keep moving with your breath here, 10 seconds. Hold that exhale down and in. Beginning side squeezes. Exhale, think rib to hip. Inhale at center. Exhale, left rib to hip. Inhale at center. Pay attention to your knees. They shouldn't sway side to side. We wanna hold those knees nice and steady at center. We're almost there. Rest is coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it up to the top. Relax for a moment here, release the core. And we're gonna do that one more time through, starting with the breathing, starting with the pulses down into the ball, and then those side squeezes. So a little bit longer rest before we begin again. If your ball came out from nuzzled underneath your tailbone, go ahead and draw it in there again. We're gonna start with that breath work here, finding your capital letter C with your back as you pull those abs in and up like you're lifting your navel underneath your rib cage. We hold and breathe for 30 seconds. Keeping that breath strong, moving into our pulses. Inhale as we come up an inch, and then exhale, we press down into the ball with the strength of our core. Inhale, coming up, and then exhale, pressing down. Watching your abs moving in and out. One more time, keep that draw down into the ball and we move side to side. Exhale, squeezing to the right, bring it back to center. Take it to the left, back to center. Remember, those knees don't move. You're finding those outer obliques here. Just 15 seconds to go, and we've got that 30 seconds of rest coming here in 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up and rest. Great job, you guys. Woo! Already starting to feel the heat. That core is on fire. We are gonna move into our series number 2. This is gonna be reclining down on your back. I'm gonna demonstrate all 3 exercises that we're gonna be doing. The ball is gonna start between your knees. Okay. Hips and feet are planted about hip width, or knees and feet are planted about hip width distance apart, right? We are gonna start to find some awareness in our adductors and pelvic floor as we squeeze the ball in, working into adduction squeezes here. Exercise number 2 is gonna involve a reverse tuck. We're gonna slip the hands underneath the tush here for a little bit of assistance. I'm gonna lift up off the heels, and you're gonna pull the knees in and touch the toes down. Pulling the knees in and touching the toes down. For this one, your bottom does not leave your hands. Exercise number 3 is an iso ab contraction. Finding tabletop position, we're gonna combine that adductor squeeze with our iso abs. As you press your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands, we are gonna hold and contract everything into our midline for 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and begin with those adductor squeezes. Your hands and feet are down on the mat. Spine is neutral. Begin to contract through your inner thighs as you squeeze that ball gently. We don't need to crush the ball here. We're not trying to pop it. We're just trying to find that slightest activation in our inner thighs and pelvic floor. In 5 seconds, we're moving to reverse tucks. 3, 2, 1. Take those hands underneath your bottom. Lift your heels up. Bring your knees towards your chest and touch your toes down. Keeping your shoulders, your neck nice and relaxed. Targeting those lower abs here. Exhale as you bring your knees in towards your nose. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into tabletop and iso ab contraction. Squeeze the ball, pull the knees into the palms, press the palms into the knees. We hold. Can you get your core to shake and shiver here? Find your tremor of truth. You've got this. You're already halfway. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and we rest for 30 seconds. Just keep that ball in between your knees. Adjust it if you felt it slipping or sliding around. We're gonna repeat those 3 movements one more time, right? If you're feeling your hip flexors at any point, just kind of gently sway your hips side to side here. Try to release any tension. All right, let's begin with those adductor squeezes. Targeting your inner thighs and pelvic floor. Begin drawing the navel in and up here. Try not to activate the glutes. Find those inner thighs and lower abdominal muscles. It's about pulling your pelvic floor in and up. Transitioning to reverse lifts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna slip those hands underneath the tush, light on your heels, bring your knees towards your chest. Can you get that Pilates ball to come all the way in and touch your chest? Squeeze. Pick your lower abdominals to your upper abdominals. Exhale as you're coming into that reverse lift, pulling those knees in towards your nose. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Finishing with that iso ab hold in tabletop, hands pressed into knees, ball squeezes in. Resist into your own body. Press and pull, squeeze and resist. 30 seconds, give it all you got. Imagine that gumball again, back in that lower abdominal scoop between navel and pubic bone. Turn that gumball into gum as you bear down, press and resist. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down. Moving into our third sequence here. We're gonna move into a reverse tuck, adding a lift now. So let me demonstrate that. Your hands, again, can be underneath your bottom, or you might just wanna rest them at your side. So I'll demonstrate both options here. Again, light on your heels, toes are lightly touching the mat. Your legs are being held up from your core. You're gonna bring your knees in towards your chest and lift your hips up off your hands. If your hands are underneath your bum, if they're at your sides, you're pushing those hands down and into the floor as you lift your tush and your tailbone off the mat. Movement number 2 is a gentle knee sway. So this is gonna release any tension that we might have built in the hip flexors and relax the quads. We're just gonna sway side to side, letting that ball gently move between the knees. And this is actually preparing us for our last exercise of windshield wipers. So those arms will remain out. You're back in your tabletop position. We've got that slight squeeze on the ball. You're gonna shift your knees over towards your right without that left hip leaving the mat, and exhaling back to center. And then shifting sides. So the ball is gonna roll between the inner thighs, but your sacrum and your hips and pelvis are never going to leave the mat. 30 seconds on, each movement through, 30 seconds of rest. We're gonna begin with that reverse tuck and lift. Hands can come underneath or press to your sides. You pick what feels best for you. We're gonna begin here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale as you're coming up, lifting those hips, lightly just tapping the toes back into the mat. Do your best not to tense now into those neck and shoulders. Let your abs do the work here. Fire up your lower belly. Maybe in tabletop for knee sways, arms out to a T. Rocking your knees over to the right and then all the way over to the left. Letting that ball move from side to side. Actually, let's set your feet down and knee sway here from side to side. 30 seconds, just rolling the ball between the knees. Relaxing tension in the lower back and hip flexors here. Beginning to add in our windshield wipers. Pull those knees up to your tabletop, neutral spine. Now we stabilize and anchor the hips as we rock from right. Exhale to center. Rocking left. Exhaling to center. Back to your right. Exhaling to center. And left. Again, keep the shoulder blades down. Keep the hips down, all through your outer obliques here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we rest. Great job. 30 seconds here. We've got one more round and we're gonna wrap up this ab series here. Beginning with those reverse tuck and lift. Challenge yourself. Hands underneath offer a little bit more support. So if you felt that first set was good, maybe try your hands at your sides now. Light on those toes. Here we go. Begin to lift off your mat, lightly touching those toes down. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee sways. Plant your feet down, arms to a T. Release any tension that might have built in that reverse tuck and lift as we rock from side to side here. Finding those windshield wipers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly pulls in deep, neutral spine, floating up to tabletop, shifting to your right. Stay in those obliques as you come back to center. Left, back to center. Remember, the hips are not leaving the mat. You're moving around your sacrum. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees into your chest. Take your Pilates ball out. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Thanking your body for all the hard work it just did for you. And that's a wrap. Great job completing your ab workout 1.